What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Tilt City after a horrendous international break. It felt like it was 3 months long. No DFS, no so rare. Oh my God, I didn't know what to do with myself. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Let's see, before we get into it, I'm Alex Hooper. This is Tom Stoss. Make sure you're liking these videos, subscribe, comment, all if you want to, but it's a great help to us and to the people who let us do this. So thank you for tuning back in, and let's get into the wonderful world of the Premier League. Tom, before we do so, how are you? What are you tilting about?
I'm tilting about a big win for Spurs today. What I'm tilting about is I finally overcame some biases. We'll talk about that later on, but I still can't bet against my beloved Spurs, and it stopped me from going all the way. But I still got some success out of it. But like in terms of game scripting, boy, I had Sunday totally ass backwards. So I'm definitely tilting about that. But there's some silver linings, which we'll get into.
I'm with you. I did play a lot of floor from the early game where there was floor and some more upside from the later game. So I actually did all right today. I didn't expect to, and I wound up doing just okay, but we'll get to that. I am tilting, and we'll jump right into it here because it's right at the top. I'm tilting about Wolves again.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I liked them here in a scoring environment, and it turned out to be center back, and Neves didn't even deserve this. But you know, if Traore scores any of these 3 goals, I probably have a king of the pitch ticket right now. So I was right to get in on Wolves, even though it didn't look like it until 80 minutes in. But yeah, so some center backs, Den Donker, if you played Neves, great. And then Danny Ings he always seems to be and was again like the lowest salary to highest anytime goal scorer odds. And of course he came through. John McGinn with the assist, John McGinn with a goal himself. You needed him on Saturday.
Yeah.
Moving on, this one was a surprise.
Not unless you're Gator Damas, who called it in
the
videos. Yeah, he did. He said I think they're gonna pull with the win in here. And boy, it was a really fun game to watch. Good weekend.
It was, I went for a walk at the start, and I came back at the start of the second half, and I was so bored. Goal Rush was only showing this match, and nothing happened until that Soyuncu goal in the second half. But once it kicked off, man, it got crazy.
Oh yeah.
So this was one of the big ones. Probably should look at City first because that was kind of the keystone of the slate. But this was the game really that if you were going to get off of City or find another way in, like United was kind of that pivot, and Bruno Fernandes, where I got plenty, got an assist, had a solid floor, didn't do, a ton, but did enough to justify his salary. And then Greenwood, of course, as the kind of pivot to Ronaldo if you didn't want to go there, which I did not do at all. Yuri Tielemans again coming through with the upside, which is kind of new for him, but he's been doing it ever since that FA Cup winner, and I didn't see it, but I heard it was a worldie.
Yeah, no, I missed that.
And then Nacho with the assist. I love Nacho. I play plenty of Nacho. Soyuncu with I think he poked it home on a scramble. We're gonna reload right now, huh? Then the next one was what? Oh, Rashford off the bench to equalize from Lindelof. A great pass out of the back. I saw that one.
Oh, Vardy. It killed me watching it. Oh my God, what a great pass! I thought it was over for Leicester then, but yeah, all of these goals were. Every single one was great, man. This was a really fun one.
Yeah, I didn't see Daka's goal, but Vardy's was a very Vardy-ish goal, like on the run sort of thing. But yeah, so if you got to Leicester, if that was your pivot, then you probably did all right. Daka was off the bench. Soyuncu is the center back. Perez was off the bench, but Tielemans and Vardy were as solid a Leicester play and gave you enough leverage if you were going to play Leicester anyway. Like if you're already playing Leicester, these guys gave you enough ownership leverage that you just play their top guys. And if you did, you probably did well. All right, so this was the one. City could have made this 5-0 game, could have been 1-0, could have been 2-0. It's Burnley. Sometimes they don't give a ton, and City sometimes sits back.
I can't believe I forgot that from last season. the city roulette, the back channel city roulette thing that always happens is they come through on a 2-0. That's a city win. That's what it
Right.
can look like against a Burnley.
The thing is Burnley has been bad at defending. Like that's normally their thing. This year they've been really bad at doing it. So I was like a little more like, oh, this could be a blowout. And I didn't get to a ton of City in my lineups. Like I didn't over leverage that. But I didn't any of Silva. You know, I went to the other guys, and Silva's the one guy with them where I'm like, he's never gonna score. And of course he did. But like that's how you play City roulette on these slates is like play De Bruyne and then just play like whoever you don't think is going to score, and they'll probably score. And then De Bruyne got the second one, so that's that.
I don't know if you could tell from the way I said all that about City, but I definitely overloaded them. They really didn't learn my lessons that I picked up over the past few months. So
there were some solid floors there, but I mean, when there's there were 11 goals between these two, and 3 otherwise.
You miss out on a lot. Oh yeah.
So yeah, if it's a high scoring slate like this, if you go one team in any match, you're generally going to get biffed. Nothing here, nothing in City or Norwich and Brighton, where Brighton's generally defensive, but I thought they had a goal on them against a bad defense, and I was wrong. I went to Brighton, like that was kind of my big money switch, and that obviously didn't work. And we thought this one, per usual with Leeds this season especially, we thought it was going to be an open game. It wasn't. Nathan Redmond was great. He assisted the lowest, the $3,700 forward, and that was the only goal of this one. So, all right, let's take a look at things. So here's your winner. I already had it pulled up, so we don't have to guess the nuts. Here's what it was. You get to that Silva, Vardy at 8.3%. Crazy. I didn't think he'd be that. If I knew he was that low owned, I would have played him. I bet some of the guys that I played in the forward spot for goals were vastly more owned than Jamie Vardy. 4.6 McGinn, obviously you got to get there. Redmond lived completely up to what you thought he would be, plus the assist.
What you thought he would be. Give yourself credit, man. That was a really good call.
Oh, that was on Gator for what it's worth.
Oh, then Gator's on us again. There he is. Thank you, Gator.
I texted him Friday night. I was like, hey, man, I haven't gotten a chance to look at the slate. I generally don't like to go into Golazzo having that be the first time I look at the slate, but he called me. I would not have been on Redmond, like literally at all. I would not have thought about it. So
yeah, and that's I kind of missed this, but that's from Ward-Prowse being out. Where is all this coming from?
Yeah, Ward-Prowse.
Is this also like a porous Leeds too?
Yeah, that definitely had something to do with it.
Okay,
but yeah, he had 20 floor points minus the assist. He was fantastic. But I didn't think he had that much upside. I faded him a lot in GPP, and my cashier, like 7-mans, I went to him pretty easily. But if you didn't, you're probably screwed. Cancelo, if he's on the right, especially against a bad team, like you just got to play him. I always think it's the left. It's always the right. I get it mixed up. But this one had De Bruyne even at 43. When you get this ownership, fantastic. Matty Cash was actually good. He's always good. And then Sanchez was a decent pay up option. Probably just about as good as Ederson. So let's see. Anyone up here that I know? No, there's really not. I don't know any of these people. So is that sort of dead? There's Charlie. It's always the first person I know always seems to be Charlie. That's plenty of City. That's a cash lineup plus Broha. And he's 30 points off of the number one spot, but you just didn't get the upside out of Foden. You got a decent floor out of Mahrez. That's just a pairing thing. Shackleton was great for cheap. So yeah. Duraco's good. Same lineup. Charlie again. So that's James and Shaw and Madison for Mahrez and Shackleton, and yeah. You up. You got to Ings, same sort of thing. Ake stuff, the cheapest. Cheapest. No, he was playing. That's right. Ake was playing out left.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So he was actually a fullback. Which whatever. I knew he wasn't gonna go bonkers back there, and he didn't. So Mahrez was the best. Mahrez was the good pivot. I think if I looked, you'll see plenty of Charlie and other people with a lot of Sterling, because Sterling was way cheaper, and that's the thing I think you generally do with City Roulette. Like if there's one guy who's up front and is way cheaper, you just play that guy because it's like the odds are pretty much the same and you save 1,000 in this case. Because I think it's like $1,400 savings from Marios to Sterling.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I went to Sterling a couple times with that in mind, but I really got hung up on Foden up there because when I hear lock, I still don't understand that lock means a lock to really pivot off of heavily. I still think it's a guy. It's like I do that thing when I'm just flipping through and I'm keeping 3 guys, and Foden should not have been one of those guys.
But I mean, look at this. Marios was more owned than Foden and
Yeah,
Sterling.
that's crazy. Yeah, wow.
And I think De Bruyne. No, De Bruyne was like 40. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. Wow.
So I wouldn't have thought that. Yeah, it's pairing, and then Marios is a one-off. All right, so let's look at some of the dumb things that I did. I didn't have a good day. Oh, wait, real quick. Let's look at Jack. Yeah, see, this is a lineup. I probably got to something very similar. I'm surprised I'm not around here. This is that defensive, like take the biggest favorite, take their defense stack, take the floor, and then get to this pivot. And then Redmond plus Broha is like a perfect 1-2 from a different, like if you're gonna play Redmond anyway, like just pair him with Broha if you can fit him. This is a smart build. I totally understand it. Jack and I are like this, except like when it comes to the high tier lineups, he's much better. He is better than me. All right. I see a lot of people that I respect in this range, but I don't want to spend too much time. So here's my best lineup. This is also my best lineup in the king of the pitch. Mara's pivot, kept De Bruyne in there. There's that 1-2 we talked about. I had a lot on Cucurella, and he let me down big. He was bad this week. You'll see him a lot in like all of these lineups. Had a lot of Sa. So be it. I liked Semedo for a cheap, pair. Shackleton was better, and then Traore just didn't come through. So the thing with Traore is under Bruno Lage, he's getting a lot more. I might have talked about this, like his take-ons and the amount of times he's carrying the ball like into the box and near the box and crossing is like actually way up. He's just not converting anything. And I thought, like he was the pivot. I thought he would be at 4.7% owned. If he scored, I would have done a lot better. So, all right, let's look at another one of mine. City stack with Leicester. I got Tielemans. Cucurella just let me down. Obviously, Marty didn't do anything for me. And yeah, Schmeichel was good enough. Just not enough for the ceiling here. Mostly because of Foden, I think. And Cucurella is bad. Same sort of thing. It's Cucurella again. Went to that 1-2 of Leeds. Don't need to say much about that. Game stack, Villa and Wolves. Traore just didn't do enough for me. Did I say Ederson again earlier? It's obviously Stefan. So yeah, so basically I was keeping Mahrez, De Bruyne, Cancelo, and then swapping in some of these other games, and just the high upside guys that I wanted weren't enough there. Like, man, if you told me that Ronaldo was going to be 37% owned and Vardy was going to be 8% owned, I don't know that I would have played any Ronaldo. I might have just played Vardy in every one of those spots.
It's not last year. Yeah, I'm not calling you dumb for that one, but maybe we should expect that from here on out. I mean, I don't know. Maybe them playing against each other means it makes that happen too. But with Ronaldo, people are going to go with him over Vardy at least that much. Yeah. You have the numbers.
Yeah, and the thing is like we don't have ownership. And it's hard for me to think about exact numbers in leverage on ownership. Like I can directionally kind of guess, but like when I was playing Ronaldo, I was like, I'm going to pair him with Bruno. And also like, I don't think Leicester is very good. So like, I'm kind of hoping that's going to be it. And then like Sterling's going to get me there. Or like, when I look at this, there's not nearly enough leverage from the forwards. Like I would have needed a ton out of Semedo and a clean sheet from Sa, and then Cody. I mean, he scored, but he had 1.32 points otherwise. So like, I expected 4 out of him, not 13. So this is actually a much worse lineup. I'm looking at it now. What was my worst lineup? Yeah, that tracks. Chan didn't do anything.
Yeah, right.
Sterling didn't do anything. Yeah. Wolves plus Brighton.
That'll get you. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what did I say last time out Brighton? They're an actual defensive team, and boy, are they. Yeah, even Cucurella is like, maybe his ceiling is like 12 points or something like that. Like, that's cool.
Right.
But I don't know. Yeah.
I think like 15. Like I think he can get there, but he just
Yeah.
I just thought against Norwich, like I thought he'd be way more active. He wasn't.
You'd think, yeah. I almost wish I had all the time to watch that game too, just to see like how that played out. But like,
yeah,
maybe Brighton. Oh, that's true. I sure can. I can't wait to watch that 0-0 draw.
Go back and break down the tactics. All right, so here is the King of the Pitch qualifier. This week's $25. Sason with the win. He won King of the Pitch last year. So Redmond Broha, Cucurella. Wow, like I totally would have built this lineup.
Wow. And Rodrigo too. Wow, I honestly can't believe that.
This is like everyone I was on. I mean, I was only 11 back, but it's that. So instead of Cancelo, Stefan, Traore, it was Mahrez. It's just Mahrez. Mahrez was the difference between like. No, I had Mahrez. Who am I missing?
You're missing Rodrigo.
Oh, it is Cancelo.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of Cancelo, Stefan. If I would have played just that little. I obviously couldn't have gotten it because of salary purposes, but like if I just went Cancelo, Stefan here, and Traore was able to fit, I would have won.
Yeah,
that's frustrating.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, sure is. Or almost went with anyone else, but like some 4,000 guy over
anyone but
Cucurella. Yeah. Traore too. Yeah. Yep. Boy, yeah, you've really opened my eyes with some of these ticket winner ones. It's so weird how they win. It's not at all like you picked up every single point, though this, Sason did a good job here of doing that, but it's not like you hit every single place. You just get who matters.
So this is a 133 person field.
Yeah.
Or 133 lineup field. I had 4 entries into it. So you really don't have to get that crazy.
No.
I think we talked about it last time.
Yeah, you sure did. Yeah.
It's just like, look at the amount of people. I now have, when I build lineups to enter into some of these tickets, I have one for like 17, I have one for like 29, I have one for 50, I have one for 70, and one for 119. And it's just, they could be completely different. There's just different leverage points that I think will get me to different places. So, so like, this is a lot of sets.
Yeah.
Like these aren't crazy lineups. So I might have gotten too weird. I want to look at some of my others that didn't do.
Yeah, great. Man. That's the thing. It's like it's not like because I thought for so long it was like you would expect like 2 goals out of a Norwich center back or something. That's what you need to take one of these down. And like that would certainly do it, but you can also like build a kind of floor and pivot in the favorite spots, or pivot to like a Leicester City in this case. I mean, whatever works out for you. But yeah, it's not super crazy, just a little crazy.
I stacked a team that didn't score a goal, so
yeah, that'll do it.
And somehow this one was worse. God, Genipo was better than Traore.
Woo.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to today. 2-gamer.
Let's do it.
West Ham 1-0. It was Ogbonna from Bowen.
From Bowen, right? Yeah.
And then Spurs, let's see, it was Tanguy from Reggie, it was Harry from Højbjerg, it was Son from Kane. Oh, I skipped over Callum Wilson from Manquillo, and then an Eric Dyer own goal. The bow on every Spurs game. So I drove an hour to meet family for brunch. And we got there. I didn't have cell service on the way because I'm driving through like BFE in Florida, and I lost service when the Spurs lineup came out, and we got there, and my family got there, and I was like, I'm not going to late swap at all. So I didn't know if Callum Wilson was healthy, or else I would have gotten him into a lineup, but I'm glad I didn't because Kane and Son. So, all right, so we're going to start with the $4. This was my best build, mostly because I got the Tanguy. Well, I mean, I got all 3 Spurs goal scorers, and all 4 if you count Dyer. Cresswell floor, Townsend floor. Iwobi was good for his price, where you were fitting a lot of big names here. He was very easily rostered on the wing. And then I thought I had a good kind of baseline. So the thing with keepers is if you pay up, you're more paying up for the median than the upside. So I was like, in a 2-game slate, like I could get that goal a little easier. And I didn't, because it didn't happen. So I'm guessing this lineup that finished 1.12 points below is massively different. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Floor, somehow got a floor. I got that goal. So that's the difference. It was Fabianski, and I had him plenty, but the Tanguy goal is obviously the one you needed on this slate because like you're playing Son, a lot of people were playing Kane, and then if you had Ogbonna, like so this one is two. I would guess this one has everything. I would guess this is Son, Kane, Tanguy, Cresswell, Ogbonna, Fabianski, Richie. If you could fit that, probably don't need Richie. But
I don't think it's Cresswell. I think it might be Dina.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe.
Would you say Dina and Wobie maybe?
Dina and
Højbjerg?
yeah, because
pretty easy.
Yeah, he was pretty cheap too. Wobie. I didn't realize that he was because I was looking for a 3,000 guy. It was kind of tough, but it might be him because just to save you up some money there. I don't know.
Charlie and I had the same lineup.
Nice.
And we both had anomaly and utility. All right, let's take a look. Kane, Townsend. Wow, no, not even close.
Huh. Yeah, Demarai Gray are really good there. That's right.
You play the opposing center back against the keeper.
Jeez. Wow. Good on you.
This is where we say the thing where we're trying to be nice and say, I wouldn't have made that lineup.
That's right. That's why you're 10 points back.
Yeah. Chestnut checkers. All right. So let's see where Callum Wilson pops up.
Okay, yeah.
So there's a Højbjerg. There's a Reggie.
Yeah. Oh, Dina didn't do as well as I thought. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Lucas got 10 points, huh?
Yeah.
I played a lot of Lucas.
Yeah, I thought he got like 15 or something like that. Okay, never mind.
He probably shithoused and lost 5 points along the way.
Yeah. Where's nobody, huh?
Yeah, just because you didn't know he was going to start. So, like, you could have had to
that's
really pivot. And also, like, if you were pivoting in the late game, that means getting off of Kane or Son. So, because they both scored,
right.
I probably didn't need him. Ooh, it's not me. It's just Højbjerg and Reggie instead of, floor. Okay. Charlie. Still no one. I'm going to give up, actually. St. Maximin was just a much better play.
Yeah. How did he do? I didn't even see how it ended up points wise. Was he in the mix there? Oh, he took me to the bed. All right.
Did he? Oh yeah.
4.9. Yeah.
It's me again. Just got the Tanguy a lot. That was kind of why I was successful. What was his ownership? 6.4.
6.4. Wow.
Like I get it. He doesn't do much, but his position in that match, if you're playing Son and you're playing Kane, like he was in the number 10. He was playing a Christian Eriksen, like Cam. And so I still haven't seen Big Homie.
That's right. I think he was slotted in there as of like last night too. And I got really excited about no. Well, he might have been too, but no, I was talking about Ndombele. Yeah, Tanguy. And I was like really excited about it like last night. And then like just it got in my head somewhere. I think we might have talked about it. Like Højbjerg is like I swear you said it is like as good with Skip on. Mm-hmm. I think it was the week he put in like their own only goal or something.
It was our last. It was the first one. It was the last. Yeah. It was the last time we did this. He was on the cover.
Yeah. The fact that he had scored and it stuck in my head that you said with Skip on, I was like, no. I better just find the way up to Højbjerg here because Tanguy's washed, and the only time I would ever do that is when it mattered. But whatever.
Højbjerg is just more forward than like before. Right. He's not like super forward, but I mean he gets on the score sheet plenty.
He had a without
There
a
it
goal
is.
in Dombele and him at a pretty similar day. Oh, they showed up in the same. Oh, you got him.
I just found Callow.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
But yeah, like you couldn't get Kane and Son there, so 15 points
Right.
isn't enough.
Right.
All right. Really quick, $1. Sorry, I'm just moving on really quickly.
That's cool.
My Solomon Rondon lineup did not pop, believe it or not. All right.
No.
So these lineups have a lot more points. So these are probably gonna be wild. It's like 13 more points than those other ones.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Rondon in the winner.
Yeah, wow. Imagine that.
Yeah, I mean, like this, Rondon was cheap
Wow.
enough to allow you to get to the rest of this.
That was just it. Yeah. And he might
Or
have knocked in a
Manquillo.
goal from them too. But Manquillo's he's a sneaky good guy. I'm always looking out for him,
The
especially
assist,
because
though. I mean, 7 points at
That's
4,000 isn't horrible, but like the assist
That's
is
true.
what made the difference.
that's why like when Newcastle's playing and boy are they trending down these days. But like except for their big buyout naturally. That's huge for them. All praises to the Saudi state. No, we Richie, I think, is getting a little too expensive. You might as well just get Manquillo. Like one of them might pick up the assist. I know this is controversial, but I kind of think Richie is a little overrated, especially for like 6,000. Way too much. Way too much.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing as much. That's
Right.
for sure.
And
yeah,
it's probably more Newcastle in general, but
you're onto something. I don't think he's as much of a, especially in tournaments. I think he's very fadeable in tournaments at this point.
Absolutely. Great pivot to get off of him.
In cash, a lot of times, like at 6,000, you can't get that much production out of midfielders, so you might as well just put it in a defender. That's kind of where it's at. But I think you're right. I think you're onto something. He'll come back with a 22 cross game soon, so
I'll play him. I'll play him then. Fine. No, I'll get ahead of that one.
No, dude. Yeah, you should get ahead of it by not playing him because everyone else is still going to play him.
Right.
So you can get a lot of leverage at 35%.
He's 6,000. I'm just going to pretend I don't see the guy until he's under 5,000.
Well, I mean, and you had Dina and Cresswell on this slate too, so like you could have done that.
Yeah, exactly.
Really quick, I want to point out this lineup. So if you're going to do this on a 2-game slate, if you're going to play this was a build that I got too funny. Just like this part. If you're going to play this, like you're obviously playing this expecting a clean sheet, right? Like that's why you play the center back with if you have all three.
Right.
If you're going to do that on a 2-game slate, find someone you think will score a goal in the other game, like on the other side of it. So obviously it was like, we're going to get the defensive stack. We're going to go big on Spurs against Newcastle, run it back because you are not losing any correlation by playing a potential goal scorer from Newcastle. I mean, plus you need a third team anyway, but find a way to get to somebody. Like you could have dropped Rice down here to get up somewhere if you needed it. Like say Dombele was a little more expensive. Like play as if someone will score in that other game, because if they don't, you're already playing another keeper. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah,
like,
right.
You're getting correlation where like all things are equal. Like you can just find a way to do that. I'm not going to spend too much more time.
No, I mean, because on a different day, on a different day, that one is if that's easily St. Max over Callum Wilson for that goal,
right?
Or a 10-point game out of St. Max or something like that.
And then all of a sudden, this is like the nuts. Like if that's Callum Wilson, or if St. Max would score, like that's the nuts. All right, what did I have up here? Same lineups? No, just that same little stack, except I went to Antonio. Check instead. Okay, so that's that. Now let's get to the fun one.
Woo!
All right, here's what I ran in the $5 king of the pitch. This is mine. Same sort of thing here, kind of a West Ham stack. Got Dombele, got Son, got Richie, but somebody beat me. Walk us through this one, buddy.
I can't remember.
Where did you start?
Was this one with multiple entries, or is just a single entry one? This is a single entry, right?
I think it was multiple. Well, no, this is single.
This is just a single entry. Yeah. Right. Well,
what'd you do?
I was like, this is kind of crazy. I feel like this would show up in like a quarter jukebox a lot easier than a single entry one. I thought I was going to make a great point for like, it's just like play it close to the chest, play it sensible, and then get a little weird. But now that I see it, like Johnson and Manquillo both here is bizarre to me. Like how I don't get to like Richie and like a center back or Cresswell in a center back is beyond me.
Especially because you left $1,200 cap.
Wait, I did?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't even see that. Yeah, I like I said, Manquillo's I have a lot of faith in him. He had a lot bigger ownership than I would have thought in this one, which
You
I
know
don't
what else
maybe,
you could have very easily done here?
what could I have done? Got off of
Uh,
Darlow?
yeah, get to like you could have gotten Fabianski.
Anywhere?
You
Yeah,
could have gotten
right.
Fabianski and gotten a 21-point swing, and you could have won this thing by 30. Not that you get any more tickets for doing that, but all right. So do you remember how you started building this?
I think this was just based off of one where I had Townsend locked in, and I kind of had early locked in a way like Bowen. I got rid of my bias against Bowen. I purified myself of it, and it saved me here because this is another controversial thing, but I think of Bowen and Cresswell, you want to dump Cresswell more than you ever want to dump Bowen.
Yeah, you want
Cresswell
you want the guy more forward. I mean,
yeah.
It's another question of opportunity cost. Like, are you losing a forward spot? Like, would you rather play someone there? So you have to consider that. But I think like if this was your utility spot, then like very easily that's a 1-1 swap you want to make more times than not, I think.
Yeah. I think actually this one might have been one where I had Townsend, Bowen, and Cresswell, and with like a cheaper center back or something like that. And I went through later on, I was like, I had that idea about Cresswell about dumping him out, and I was like, I wonder where I could do that. I might as well do it here where it would be kind of weird to do that and then see where that gets me. And I think that let me get up to Manquillo. And then so Rondon up there got me a lot of savings too. And that was the idea. Like I was expecting a 1-1, a 2-1 in that game. So one of them easily could have been the guy who's forward for Everton. So that's what I was kind of counting on there. He had I mean, he saved my ass well, any of these guys saved my ass, but Ndombele was another one too. He's kind of an old favorite for that cheap price. So I can't pass up on him there. Yeah. It worked out.
Do you have any idea like what the order was that you entered them in your lineup? Like I assume you put Townsend and Son in your forward spots and then put Bowen in, and you probably had Darlow in because he's the cheapest. That's my guess.
Yeah. Darlow actually was in every single one of my lineups. I didn't have anybody else in any lineup. I just was looking to save that money anywhere I could get it. Yeah. I thought he was going to be positive, but yeah, I was just trying to save there. Who did I vote at? Townsend, Cresswell, Bowen. I probably had Ndombele still there at that mid spot just because he was so cheap. And I think I just dumped out Cresswell and somebody at forward or move Son to utility. Actually, I think I made a lot of these with Son just permanently in utility.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense because he's your most expensive player and you just swap down there. So that makes sense.
I thought he was gonna have COVID too, so I didn't know what was gonna happen with him.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, man. So you probably that makes sense. Okay, we
did it. Yeah.
Anything
I don't
else?
know. It's hard to it's hard. It's always hard to remember some of these because it's like near the end of the run a lot of the times, and I'm like, I don't know. Let's get crazy with it.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, especially like I said, I went back and moved out Cresswell in a lot of these, so this is really down to the wire there.
Well, this is a 27-man, so I mean, even if you want to say that your swap was Bowen to Cresswell, like that's still cashy with upside. Like that is a very smart GPP pivot. Like if there's ever anyone in your core of players who you're like, I don't know if they have the upside, especially relative to a guy like Townsend who's going to be forward, and a guy like Son who kind of needs to score to recognize his floor a lot of times anyway. He didn't here, obviously, but like that's the kind of pivot you want to make. So to start your lineup that way, that's enough. And then Tanguy really did it for us. So
he saved me. Yeah, I didn't get to him nearly enough elsewhere, but in the places that mattered, like this one. Yeah, he came through for me. So I got your back. I'll always stand you, Tangy. You're never gonna be not fit to me. You're never gonna be. You're never that. You're never washed. I love you.
I'm the same way. I got his jersey, so I got to stand forever. All right, man. So the thing that I forgot to say at the beginning of the show is this is our anniversary show.
This is when it. Oh, are you kidding me? I won that. I
Tuesday.
put it. It took me a year, and I finally won it after a year of learning and lessons. That's what got me my King of the Pitch qualifier ticket.
That's fine. I'm coming up on a year where I'm like have a 0 net.
Hey, buddy, that's a 0 net. It's not negative.
Yeah.
It's not negative net.
I'm actually like plus 700 if you count my tickets. I have 65 tickets currently. I have.
Hey, all right.
I just have to do something with them. So I have 15 tickets to the EPL $15 showdown special. I have 8 NASCAR fantasy racing millionaire tickets. I have no idea how to play NASCAR, but I'm gonna learn. I have 24 $5 King of the Pitch tickets, so I will probably be playing 20 of those on Tuesday. And then I have 18 $25 Champions League penalty kick tickets for November 24th. So I got to realize something on those, or else I'm like, I am net 0. If I blank on all of those, like I did my 4 $25 King of the Pitch tickets this week, which like you have to win to do anything with those anyway. But yeah, so yeah, happy anniversary.
I'm not, I know. Yeah, I try not to get too excited about it because I'm almost certainly going to take a really weird lineup here, and it's a little too weird, but we'll see.
You're talking
about
your satellite?
I'm hopeful. I'm talking about my satellite one. Yeah.
Well, let me look because I think those are probably in the lobby currently.
The what?
The $5 King of the Pitch, because you have to play them for Champions League at this point.
Oh, okay. I can work with that.
So let's see.
I think.
Have they put them up yet? Okay, $5. That is a 667 person. So you're gonna have to be pretty contrarian.
Yeah. Okay. I can do that.
So let's see really quick. Now that we're here, I want to look at this. Probably gonna tell me I can't draft yet. Oh no, they have prices out.
Oh wow.
All right, here are our matches, and then we'll get out of here. Oh, how about I just do this?
Yeah, pop it up.
Red Bull, PSG, Atalanta, Liverpool, Porto, Milan, Ajax, Dortmund, Shakhtar, Real Madrid, and is this Sheriff Tiraspol against Inter?
Yeah.
Okay, so Inter's probably going to be a huge favorite. Real Madrid's probably going to be a decent favorite.
Right.
Ajax and Dortmund will be close. I would say Porto and Milan will be semi-close. I'm sure Liverpool will be a decent favorite over Atalanta, and PSG will be a big. That'll be a big tilt over Leipzig probably. So let's see. This is the next time you can play that $5 ticket.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
I mean, like, what are you gonna get? What else are you gonna do?
I don't know. Do it somewhere safer. Is it
only like Champions League?
Oh, I see. Okay.
The $5, like they might, if you hold on to it, you can play it probably towards the end of the Premier League season, but I don't think it's guaranteed. I don't know that they'll allow you to use it.
They won't really. They don't do that for like knockout stages, Champions League or anything.
Yeah, they might.
That.
They might.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you don't have to play it. I probably will just because I play so often that I'm probably going to earn more. But
for some reason, the group stage Champions League has been just scaring the shit out of me this year. I've really not been able to hit on it. Not like last year, anyway. I got to reconnect with my roots.
It's true. You were good at it. You were better at this than me.
I don't know what happened.
You get a little weirder than me. That's kind of the thing. You need a ton of goals there. The other thing too is if you just don't use it, you'll just get $5. So you can always do that.
Oh, all right, $5. Just keep those. Don't play yours then. That's 700 in the bank, man. Give me that.
No. I
All right, brother.
I need to win like 20K and put all this to rest. It's that easy. It's that easy. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, man, I got chicken parm to make tonight. I'm
Oh,
excited.
nice. All right, that sounds good.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go on a walk.
Have fun. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna get ready to eat some terrible food for me.
That's not terrible. That's good. All right, kids. Thanks for tuning in. We still need a way to sign off. This is as good as it's gonna get. We'll talk to you next week.